Hey, we're back. Sorry about that. Had a little glitch, and all of a sudden we lost all streams. So we're back on now. We're gonna get going. This is midget 20 lap race. We got Dan Squatch or Dean Squatch, also known as I forgot the name already. Manila Gorilla. That's it. Trevor in the number 2 spot. Keith, Phil, Michael, and Matthew. Trying to get things back up here. All right. What do we got going on? We're live? Yes, we are.
Oh, yeah, man. Racing now.
All right. Let's see here. Yes, we are back live. Sorry about the disconnect. We are back. We are in midget. We got Trevor out front. Dean in the number 2 spot. Michael to the number 3 spot. Phil, Keith, Matthew.
That is your final 3. Oh, watch it out of 4.
Trevor out front. He's got about a half lap lead. Oh, no, only a little bit of a lead over, or almost a full, I take that back, almost a full lap over Dean. He's right on the tail of Dean right there. We got somebody stuck against the wall in the backstretch. Sorry about losing everybody. We had everything just dropped all of a sudden. So we're now back online. Hello. Back online in the midget class. Sorry you guys missed out on the C main of late model. Trevor got Phil at the line. Or Phil got second over Dean at the line, making Trevor and Phil the transfer spots. All right, race number 21. We are in sprint car. This should be the C main, I believe. We got Michael, Todd, Kaysen, Timothy, Adam, John. I can't see anybody else, so. You're watching again, Mom. How are you? It's getting late. We still got 10 more races, counting this one. Then we'll be closing it down. Our race we're in, I believe this is the C main for the sprint class. C main for the sprint class, if I'm not mistaken. Michael, Todd, Timothy, Adam, John, and Landon. This is a 20-lap race. Doug, back. Thank you, sir. Sorry about the glitch and the hiccup, but we got it back. Missed out on a good race. Well, kind of a good race. Late model race. It is recorded, so you will be able to watch that. If you missed it, you can come back later on YouTube and Facebook and watch that race. I believe it was C main, possibly the C main for, or the D main for late model. I believe it was the C. Anyway, we're in the C main for sprint cars right now. Michael out front. Todd in the number 2. Timothy, Adam, John, Landon in the 6th. Starting to have a little issues with people coming out and doing turn marshaling. All right. We're all lined up here. Welcome back, everybody. Had a little glitch. This is the C main for sprint. 6 out of the 8 cars making the call. We'll We'll find out here shortly who it is. I know we got Michael, Todd, and Timothy. Let's find out who we got. Green light, green flag. Michael out to the front. Todd still in the number 2 spot. Timothy up to the 3 spot from that 5th spot. Actually, no, Adam up to the 3 spot. Adam. John Baxter up into the 4 spot from the 6th spot. Your leader coming around. Oh, spinning out here in 3 and 4. That was not the leader. But we got the first 2 racers right back to back. They are that white car that just crossed the line, and then that orange and blue, number 43. Oh, and he gets hit. Got a little bit of a wreck back there. Your number 1 car out front. Todd in the front. Michael up to the number 2 spot again. John Baxter up to the number 3.
Coming out of 2. See how that's going to shake it up. That is definitely going to put Michael up to the point.
Michael to the point. John up to the number 2 spot from the number 6 starting grid. We got 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go. That time by. Now we're down to 5. Your leader going across the line. John in that number 2 spot. John in that red car coming across the line right now. Upside down on the backstretch. We got Michael out front still. John 2. Adam 3 looking in for that number 2 spot. Tad races over. Michael takes the win. John coming in second. John Baxter making it from that number 6 spot all the way up to the transfer spot in number 2. Adam 3, Landon Ford, Todd, and Timothy to the number 6 spot. You got a race coming up soon? So yeah, I was going to say jump on, but you're going to be going. Got Shane behind me checking things out, looking at the race on the screen. We got open late model. I believe, is this the B main? This is the B main for open late model. This is race number 22 out of 31. 22. Our B main's got Lee. John Baxter in that number 2 spot. Charlie McDowell, Charlie Long in the 3 and 4. Mark. And nope, that's going back to check to see who they got to have come out here. All right. Like I said, Lee, John, Charlie. We're going to go McDowell and Long for your 3 and 4. Mark, RS. Excuse me. Oh, Lee, our pole for this race. Huh? Yep. Was Lee with him? Lee wasn't with him. Oh. Gotcha. So John's going to start off on the pole. Lee got bumped up to the A main already. Charlie McDowell, Charlie Long, 2 and 3. Mark into the 4. RS up into the 5, and Adam in 6. And we're going with a re-rack. First time I ever heard that term.
Baxter, McDowell, Long, Wilson.
All right, again, John out front in that red and black car. McDowell in the blue. Long in the yellow and blue. Welsh in that number 11. White, blue, number 11. We are green. John's taking the lead, staying out front. He's starting to pull away already from that number 2 spot. McDowell, Walsh up, or Mark up to the number 3. RS up to the number 4. Your leader in that 15 going across the line right now in that red and black car. John McDowell in the number 2 spot. He's got that number. Where are we? I'm lost. 15 there, the number 12, or number 72. Number 72. McDowell in that 72 car. Mike, Adam, RS, and Charlie Long in that number 5, 6 spot. Your leader coming around 3 and 4, going across the line right now. That's John Baxter. He's in that number 1 spot. Charlie right on his tail. John, Mark going up to the 2 spot now. Adam into the 3. Adam all the way up from that number 7 spot. RS into the 4th, coming up from that 6th spot. Adam going by Mark now, going into that number 2 spot. He's looking at John. He's looking for John now. He's about 4 seconds back. Let's see how fast he goes into there. John, our leader.
Oh, he's 3 up off the corner. That's going to give it back to the 11. Mark Wilson, 2 laps to go. He is in the transfer final.
He's in that 15 car. Oh, hits RS? No, that was the 32 car. John taking that win. Mark coming around Adam at the last minute, coming from the 5th spot to the 2nd spot. Adam 3, RS 4, McDowell, Long in the 5th and 6th spot. There was around 150 entries, I believe 150 to 152, Sonny. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Kevin, Jimmy, Doug, welcome back. Andrea, welcome back. Shane was just behind me here a little bit ago. We're going into the 22nd race, or 24th race, 24th race. Or, nope, 23rd. That is midgets. Midgets. I believe this is a B main for them as well. We got Todd, Lane, Richard, Timothy, Glenn, Trevor, and I don't know the last 2. Tired of walking back there to the other computer and bringing that thing up. Sorry about that, everybody. It was a nice count, and they were from all over, Sonny. For those of you that are new watching, if you're looking at the screen, left side of the screen is turns 1 and 2, your front stretch. Up on the top, you can see the driver's stand. They have 2 levels, upper and lower. Upper level's about 3 foot higher than the lower level. Your back stretch is closest to you, and down on the right side, that's 3 and 4. I am in 3. Bethany, how are you doing? Welcome back. Scooter got a win earlier. Josh, how are you doing, sir? Just seen you out on the track. Weren't you just out on the track? I think so.
All right, turn marshal in 1 and 2.
Need one more turn marshal, and then we're going to get things lined up here in the midget class. Again, Todd, Lane, Richard, Timothy, Trevor, Phil.
All right, I need Timothy, Horde, and Trevor to hit the loop for me. All right.
April, welcome back. Getting ready to go. I believe this is the B main. B main in midgets. We got Todd, Lane, Richard, Timothy, Trevor, and Phil. That is a field. Your leaders, staying in order.
We are good.
Good green start. Todd out front. Lane 2. Trevor all the way up to the 3rd spot from that 6th spot. Timothy dropping, staying the same. Phil coming up to 5th from that 7th spot. Your leaders, Todd, Lane still in that 2nd spot.
All right. Top 2, 5 down, 15 to go.
5 down, 15 to go. I believe our number 2 just spun out a little bit there. Todd, Trevor.
Watch it go low into 1, low into 1. Oh, don't look now. Richardson split up the 3 spot.
Richard up to the 3 spot. 88 and the white and blue car are your 1 and 2. I believe 3 is Richard, and he is in this white and purple car. He is the number 3. He is making a move. Todd. He's got about a second lead over that Trevor. They are 1-2. Trevor sees the backside of Todd. They're both going into turn 3 and 4, crossing the line right now. Your Richard, your 3rd place car just crossed the line as well. He's in the white with purple. He's approximately a few seconds back. Todd, Trevor, Richard, Phil, Lane, and Timothy. This is your running order. 18, 2 to go, 2 to go. The white flag this time by. Your leaders coming out. Going across the line for that checker. Todd takes the win. Trevor number 2, Richard 3, Phil 4, Lane 5, and Timothy 6. Thank you, sir.
4 races at race number 27.
Michael, Kane, Landon, welcome to the feed. That was our midgets, B main, I believe. Todd and Trevor making the transfer up to the A. We got sprint car. This should be another B main. Brandon, Mark, Felipe, Shane, Charlie, and Michael. April, there you, or not April, Andrea, there you go. Shane's out. He's on the top stand. You can't see him. We got him all covered up. Coming around.
All right, race number 24.
3 and 4 going across the line. That is Shane.
Coming in hot.
This is your B main for sprint car. B main.
Yes, sir, I hope you did.
Brandon, Mark, Felipe, Shane, Charlie, and Michael.
All right, Charlie Long Jr. Here he comes. He said he'd get his 3 races. Tell him, Charlie.
Tracks continuing to get faster and faster. John Baxter up there. He's in seventh spot, making a few adjustments on his car. You see him down on his knees, wrenching real quick.
Oh, God, I got to look at this thing sprint car. I've been Willard all day long.
Announcer saying he's been wheelered all day long. He doesn't like the fact that Shane's got 2 colors. He's got yellow on the left side and pink and blue on the right side. He's going to be starting in that number 4 spot. Terry, welcome. This is the B main for sprint car. B main for sprint car. This is starting on the pole for the B main. Brandon, Mark in the number 2, Felipe 3, Shane 4, Charlie Long 5, Michael 6, John I believe is 7. I can't remember who bumped up from the 8th spot or for the 8th spot. Terry, welcome. Your B main for the sprint cars. That white car took a snap I don't know if something wrong with it or if he just pulled off. He was coming out of 4 and it snapped hard to the left.
We gotta get this lunatic away from this window. Security.
All right, getting close. John Baxter in that red 15.
All right.
One of your bumps from the D or C main.
Be careful, Ray. Good to see you, bud. All right.
Gonna get them lined up here.
He just give his car to his son.
All right, Brandon on the pole. Mark, Felipe, Shane, Charlie Long, Michael, John, and I don't know who. Sorry. Hey, Bo, welcome back. Believe I saw you on earlier.
Mark Will. Felipe.
Felipe is in the number 3. Shane, have you been wheelered lately?
Michael. Baxter. Roll them off there, 5. This time.
All right, here we go. Green, green, green. We got a green flag. Can we get across? Yeah, I didn't either. Announcer said he didn't think that was going to hold together. We got Brandon out front. Shane bumping up to that number 2 spot. He's looking on the outside, looking on the inside. He makes the pass, but the slide job comes back. Something happened. Shane's back. Our leader out front still. Brandon, 33, I believe that's him. Yes, indeed. He's getting passed, though, by John. No, not John. John's back there, though. Oh, John gets hit, and he's out of the race. His left front done. Oh, going from second place to the back. Michael up to the 2 spot. Felipe, Charlie, Mark, and Shane. Brandon's out front. He's got about like a half second or like 2/10 of a second over Michael. There they are. Mark, Michael still in that number 2. Charlie still there. Mark, Felipe, Shane. They are neck and neck. You're number 1 and 2. You're number 1 in that 11, bright yellow. 33 is your number 2. That's Michael. They are front to nose to tail. Brandon's starting to pull away again. He's got about a 2-second lead over Michael now. Felipe in the number 3 spot. Michael coming from that number 6 to the number 2. Charlie in the number 2 down to the number 4. Now into the number 5. Mark, your winner, Brandon. Michael takes number 2. Felipe 3. Mark, Charlie, and Shane.
Pickens and Michael, I will see you in race number 28.
Entries was like 150 something, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Right around there, something like that. It was really close last night, and they got a couple more signed in today. So I want to say it's around 150, 152. All right, SC Mod, B main, I believe. B main. Andy's going to be on the front. Cookie in the number 2 spot. John Graham in the number 3. John Baxter in the number 4. Is that Dirk in the number 5 and Jordan in the number 6. Oh, flipping, flopping all over the place in 1 and 2. We got one on top. It's turtled. Is that John that's down there? No, it was not. This is B main SC Mod. 20 laps still. Running 50 lap A mains. Everything else, 20 laps.
You did not get the bump from that sprint B main. I need one of you in the infield. Here comes Junior. Appreciate it, Junior.
Woo! Doing a little dancing. Is that the Scottish kick? Woo woo!
All right, we got the all.
All right, here we go. They're getting lined up, or getting hot laps in, and going to start lining up.
Destroys some stuff right here.
We got 4 out on the track. I don't see anybody else.
All right,
Only 4 out of the 6 or 7.
Cookie. Where's Cookie? There's Cookie. John Graham, John Baxter. Dirt. Dylan Cole. That is your running order. Roll them off. 21. Roll them off. This time off of 4. Green.
John Baxter trying to move around the inside to that number 2 spot. Andy.
Whoa, buddy.
Andy staying out front.
All right.
Cookie dropping to the 3 spot. John moving up to that number 2 spot. Oh, upside down. Oh no, our leader gets hit by hits the Marshall. That gets John out front. Cookie to the number 2 spot. Andy back to the 3. They're all 3 in a row.
Battling out right here.
John, Cookie,
15 got it.
Andy up to the number 2 spot. Cookie back to the 4. John staying out front. He's coming out of 3 and 4 right now, crossing the line. Number 27 in that white car, 21 in that white car. That is Andy. He is wheeling it, trying to catch back up to John.
Papa Willie royalty up there at the front of the field.
Dirk in that number 3 spot. Coming up from the number 5 spot. John, your leader, coming into 3, going out of 4, crossing the line. He's got lap traffic in front of him, gets around him, ducks underneath.
All right, 9 to go.
Your leader, John, 9 to go this time by. Andy in the number 2 spot, right close behind.
Hold on to that transfer.
That's John and Andy in your 1 and 2. Dirk in the number 3, Cookie in the 4, John Graham in the 5. Your leader coming by me in the 3 turn, crossing the line. It's 4 to go, 4 to go that time by. He's in the backstretch in the 3 and 4.
About 50 foot behind us.
3 to go. Your leader, John. Andy in the 2 spot. Dirk in the 3. Cookie and John. Graham in the 4. 5.
Gonna be in the book.
White flag. Your leader coming into 3. Coming out of 4. Going across the line and taking the win. John Baxter making the move up. Andy holding on to that number 2 spot. Moving up into the A main. John and Andy making your transfer. Dirk in the 3. Cookie 4. John Graham and Dylan in the 6.
All right, Traxxas modified. You're up next. Traxxas modified.
The B-Mods coming out. Traxxas B-Mod modified. B-Mod. 20 laps, so this will be the B main. Anthony,
Mason, is anybody over there?
DJ, Steve, Mike, and Kyle. That will be your running order. Hopefully we get everybody out there.
Somebody bring me Connie's over here. I'll take it.
They got to get checked, make sure that they're, I think they're checking the batteries. I'm not sure.
Traxxas modified. I'm looking for Anthony, DJ, Steve.
All right, Anthony, DJ, Steve, Mike, and Kyle will be running. We'll see how many we get out there. Right now, there ain't anybody out there. I believe I see Anthony over there working on his car. I believe this is Anthony coming out right here. The number 22, red and white. All right, we got 2 of them coming out. I'm not seeing any more cars. They're calling them. Anthony and Steve are out there. Steve is Emily's dad.
I know it's getting late, ladies and gentlemen. I know it is. Trust me, I know very well.
Brian, welcome to the channel. Chase, welcome as well.
Really use two marshals in the infield.
2 cars making the call so far.
All midgets are set. Midget A main ready to hit the dirt.
All right. Got one marshal coming out. Got the other one coming out. We got any more cars coming out? Yes, we got another one coming.
All right, I'm waiting on DJ. Dales is gone. Kyle is gone.
It's going to be 3. It's going to be Anthony, DJ, and Steve.
DJ's still here. Steve's here.
You got your top 3 already. Just got to figure out what order they're going to be in. Anthony, DJ, and Steve in this B main.
What?
Well,
Good meeting you, bro.
good to meet you, sir.
Y'all three want to add, y'all want to add 3 cars to the tail of the field?
That was Squatch that just walked by.
Good with me. Y'all want to take the bump? You want to race it out, CJ? CJ, you want to go ahead and take the bump? Y'all want to all go to the feature? I'll put you in the feature.
All of them are going to bump. They have an opening in the feature, so they're going to bump everybody up. That's a race. Anthony goes to the number 1 spot. DJ 2, Steve 3. Next out. What are we going to go with next out? Midgets. Midgets. This is the A main for the midgets. Brian, sir, how are you? Careful there. Not yet. All right, we got the midgets. This is an A main. We got Nathan Jackson, Tiny Rich, Shane Wheeler, Will Lappa, Dan Uris, Todd Ravel, and I'm missing the last 2. A main in the midgets. 50 lap race. 50 lap race. Got to remember that. I don't want to say they're done after 20. 50 laps. Thank you all for sticking in, staying around, and watching. Greatly appreciated. Glad to be back on with all the trouble we had this afternoon with the heat. It was miserable. Track went away. You didn't really miss a lot of good racing because it was the track went away. Let's just say that. It got slick. And guys were fighting to get it to finish races. So track is good right now. Track actually is amazing right now. So we got some good racing going on. Nathan, Tiny, Shane, Will, Dan, and Todd.
50 lappers this time for the meeting.
I know we got at least one more.
Everybody is checked in. I don't see nobody wanting nothing. What about my 2 turn marshals in the infield?
Missing turn marshals again, unfortunately. Want to say thank you. Thank you. Papa Willie's title sponsor. He is the title sponsor. He has done so much for this hobby. Can't thank him enough. Papa Willie's. If you're not popping wheelies, you're not using Papa Willie's.
Give me 2 marshals in the infield.
GFRP. They are another one of the sponsors here today for this race.
Comes Walton.
Team Tactical. If you have not seen them, go to their site and check them out. They do 3D printing and they raise money to get kids and veterans cars. They've done a lot of that already. Thank you, Team Tactical. Check them out. They do waffles.
All right.
Paul Peterson. Whoop. Shark Bodies
Nathan Jackson.
sponsoring the race today. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Shark Bodies. You guys had gave out a ton of bodies and greatly appreciate that. I did win one of them, so I have a shark body now. I was going to try to give it away to a young kid, but I was wrong in which body it was. Oh, our leader gets turned around off the start. Did it to himself. Nathan dropped back to last place. Tiny Rich up to the front. Shane Wheeler into the number 2 spot. Dan Uris. Let me get rid of that body. Dan Uris into the 3. Trevor 4. Oh, we got a car stopped dead in 3. Oh, one of the cars is out already. Lost rear suspension piece. Pulled the thread out of the ball. Shane Wheeler up to the number 1 spot. Dan Uris into the number 2. Tiny 3. Nathan 4. Dropping down to the 4 spot. Trevor into the 5 spot. Will Lampa, he is in that 6 spot. Shane Wheeler out front. Let's find out where he's at. Shane right there and coming out of 4, going across the line. That is your leader. Number 2, Dan, believe he is right behind him. Our leader upside down. That gives Dan a shot. Does that? Yes, it does. Dan goes to the front. Shane still in that number 2 spot. Nathan right behind him, though. Nathan going around, getting into that number 2 spot. Shane dropping to 3. Tiny 4. Will in the 5. Dan Uris, your leader. Yaris, not Uris. Yaris, your leader. Nathan into the number 2. Shane, number 3. Tiny Rich, 4. Will Lampa, 5. 4 to go.
Dan, Nathan, Shane. That is your running order. Dan, Nathan, Shane.
Nathan running down. 1 lap to go that time by. 1 lap to go. Your leader coming across, getting ready to cross the line. That's Dan. He's taking the win. Nathan into the number 2 spot. Oh, no, this is I did it again. I did it again. I was thinking it was a 20-lap race. This is a 50-lap race. I said to not do that at the very beginning. Sorry, guys. Dan still out front. Nathan, he's about half a second back. Dan, Nathan, Shane. Shane is about 4 seconds back. Make that 3. Oh, we got a car crash up here in turn 4. There was 3 of them all lined up. Does that affect Dan? No. Dan's still out front, but it did affect Nathan. Shane up into the number 2 spot. Tiny 3. Nathan back to the number 4 spot. Will to the number 5. Dan, your leader. Shane is right on his tail. He's about a second back. He's right behind him. He sees him. He's on his tail right there. That white and blue with yellow dots on the wheels. That is your leader. Shane looking underneath. Can't quite do it. Looking to the outside. No go. Dan holding him off. Dan going low. Shane ducks underneath in a slide job move. He's got the lead. Shane to the front. Dan 2. Tiny 3. Nathan 4. Will 5. Your leader coming out of 3 and 4 with the number 2 spot right behind him. Dan. Dan's looking underneath. No, can't do it. 15 to go. 14 that time by. 14 that time by. Your leader, Shane, coming out of 4, going across the line. Your number 2, Dan, right on his tail. Shane's getting a little bit stretched out there. He's got about a quarter lap lead. Shane, Dan, Tiny in 3, Nathan in 4, Will and Trevor in 6.
Oh, there's Tiny and Nathan battling again.
Shane, Dan, Tiny and Nathan battling it out for that 3 spot.
Tiny floated into the corner, let him have it on the
Nathan takes over Tiny's spot at the number 3. Shane and Dan still out front. The top 4 on the same lap. Shane's following in right behind him. He sees him. He's not pushing it. Oh, gets a little sideways. That's going to give Dan a chance. He goes around on the inside. No, can't do it. They're in lap traffic, getting around. Lap traffic goes back by Dan. He's looking at trying to pass Shane there too. Shane out front, your 2nd spot, still Dan in that white, blue, and yellow car. He's got about a front stretch lead over Dan. That takes the win. Shane taking the win in midget. Dan 2. Nathan 3, Tiny 4, Trevor and Will in the 6th spot. Shane Wheeler, Dan, Nathan, your top 3. They were just right at a second apart from each other, 1.8 seconds away from each other when they crossed the line. And Nathan was about the same back. All right, we got another main. We got the Sprint main coming up here. Sprint main. Ryan Ralph was your top TQ. He left. That puts Charlie up into the number 1 spot. Lee 2. Roly Poly into the number 3. Brandon, Michael, and RS.
Ought to be a pretty good little sprint A lane roll.
Thank you, everybody, for sticking around. We're in the A mains. Got A main Sprint coming out onto the track right now. They're out there warming up, making their adjustments when they need to. Got a couple of them coming in. Couple of them went home. RTQ is not here. He did decide to leave. Ryan Ralph, your TQ, is not here. Charlie up into the number 1 spot. Lee into the 2. Roly Poly into the 3. Brandon into the 4. Michael 5 and RS 6. Michael and RS, your 2 bumps from the last main, from that B main. This is a 50-lap race. Let's see if I can screw this up again. I'm not doing so hot on these on these A mains. Jason Allen, welcome. Brent Clayton, welcome. We are in the A main of Sprint Car. This is race 28 of 31. Race 28 of 31. This is the Papa Willie's Rubber Tire Nationals. A main Sprint Car. Again, thank you to GFRP. Thank you to Team Tactical and Shark Bodies for being sponsors for this race. We got them lined up. Here we go. Green. Charlie takes a green. Charlie out front. Lee number 2. Roly Poly 3. Let's see if it holds true. No. Lee going around. Taking the lead. Charlie number 2. Roly Poly 3. Charlie. Lee Thomas up in the front. Charlie, no, comes back. Roly Poly to the number 2 spot. Lee back to the 3. Brandon into the 4. Michael and RS round out the field. Your leader, Charlie McDowell, out in front. He's got about a 7-second lead over Roly Polies in that number 2 spot. Lee in 3, Brandon 4, Michael 5, and RS 6. Your leader. Oh, we got somebody up in the lane. The wing is totally sideways on that number 5 car. We got Charlie out front, Roly Poly in the number 2, Lee, Michael, Brandon, and RS. Brandon pulling it off the track. I believe he was the one who had the wing sideways. Charlie's still out front. He's got about a 6-second, 7-second lead over your number 2, Roly Poly. Lee in the number 3 spot. He's got about 7 seconds to make up on Roly Poly. Charlie out front, Roly Poly, Lee, Michael. Oh, we got a dead one down in turn 3. Got it pulled off there just in time. Who did we lose there? We lost Lee. Lee will be dropping. He's down into the number 4 spot now. RS. Where did RS come out of? Where did our Charlie McDowell should still be on the point. I don't know why this is showing RS. We got Charlie McDowell still out on point though. Roly Poly in that number 2, number 3.
Charlie McDowell looking pretty sporty in that all-star Hobbit. Gray and blue, white trim 32.
He's coming around 3 and
Oh, he's coming up on his.
where is he here?
Race,
There he is, going across the line right now.
What's he gonna do?
That list is not accurate.
Oh, he gets half.
We got Charlie, Roly Poly, RS somewhere in there.
All right, 16 to go that time.
16 to go. Charlie still out front.
Pull up, let the old man by.
Not sure what's going on here with that RS. RS came out of nowhere.
It sure is.
Charlie, not even on the screen. What in the world?
11
He is leading.
Mr. McDowell. Oh, there Michael taking the clean route.
Michael.
40 down, 10 to go, make it 9 to go, make it 8 to go.
Yeah, I'm at a loss here, guys.
Taking all day, but I didn't see all this.
7 to go. That time by for the leader.
Half laps away from having him a number 1.
6.
Watch it.
Charlie McDowell still out front.
Him and Roly Poly get tangled up. 3 to go, 3 to go.
Your leader out front right there going across the line. That was Charlie.
Silver, white trim, 32. One more time down the back straight into 3, Alpha 4, across the stripe, give it to Charlie McDowell. Charlie McDowell in the 1. RS
That's
Center in
the
the 2.
2. Roly Poly in 3.
Go over and get your picture took. Good job, Charlie.
All right, I got lost there. I don't know what happened, but Charlie wins. JRS2 and Roly Poly into the number 3 spot. We got the Traxxas B-Mod. Traxxas B-Mod coming out next. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars so far. All right. B-Mod, A-Main, B-Mod, A-Main. 50 laps again. We got Seth, Lane, Nathan, Timothy, Tyler.
Roly Poly and Ryan, that's gonna be a good one. All right. All right, I need to get Tyler checked in. Tyler still here. All right, if you was in that sprint race, you could give me a hand, give me a turn, marshal out there in the infield.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cars out there right now.
About all you're good for.
This is the B-Mod, A-Main. Jason, sir, welcome.
Oh, is Tyler gone?
This is race 29 of 31. 3 more races, including this one. 3 more races, including this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think they're waiting on.
BJ's right there. That must be him. Keep sitting.
All right. Several of these bumped up. 3 of them bumped up from the last race.
No, on the track. Turn around. Wait for me.
There's Anthony in that number 22 red and white car going across the line right now. He was one of them that bumped up.
Tyler's gone. We'll go ahead. We'll shuffle him to the bottom. All right. This. Lane.
Running order for the B-Main, B-Mod, or A-Main B-Mod.
Ford.
Seth, Lane, Nathan, Timothy. Tyler's supposed to start in the number 5, but he will not make the call. He is gone.
Roll them off there, 18.
Seth out front here
All right.
in that black 18.
Alpha 4.
Lane in the purple, pink, and black. And we got a car upside down in turn 2.
All right, 50 laps, David. I think he's good.
All right, 50 laps. He's going to make them do it. All right, here we go. Seth out front. Lane into the number 2. Anthony up to the number 3 from that 6 spot. DJ from 7 spot up to the number 4. We got a crash on the front stretch. Got a 1 upside down and 1 backwards. All right, here we go. Get them going. Seth still out front. Lane into the number 2. Anthony still number 3. DJ up into the number 4. Your 3 and 4 making the moves from the 6 and 7 spot. They are the big movers right now. We got 1 upside down in turn 2. Just about got the hands of our marshal up in behind the chair. Coming out. Oh, the leader hits the back side of that 18 car, or that Eagle car. Woo. That is a beautiful car. Seth still out front, laying into the number 2. Anthony still 3. That caused that number 7 to fall back. Anthony still in that number 3 spot from the 6. Nathan back up into the number 4, and I can't read the name, sorry. Timothy, I believe it is, in the number 5. Seth. Got something going on down in turn 1 and 2. Not sure what it is. Anyway, Seth out front. Lane 2, Nathan 3. Timothy up to the number 4 spot. GJ was at car that's up in number 2. I got the hiccup burp. Sorry, folks. 15 laps in. 35 to go. Oh, backstretch. We got him going up and down. Seth out front, Lane in that number 2 spot. Seth has got about a 10-second lead over Lane. Got some more going upside down over here in turn 1 and 2. All right, 31 laps to go. 31, 19 down. 30 to go. 20 down. Seth, your leader. Lane into that number 2 spot still. Nathan 3. Timothy 4. DJ back on the track in the 5 spot. Your leader, Seth, in that black number 18 is leading front, start so far to now. It's got a decent lead. Now it's only about 2 seconds over Lane. Lane's making up some speed. Lane sees him. He's making up ground. He's got about a quarter of a lap. Maybe a half a stretch. He's got a front stretch lead over for Seth over Lane. Nathan in the number 2 spot. Timothy, DJ round out the field there that I see. Seth starting to pull away. 30 down, 20 to go. 30 down, 20 to go. Your leader coming out of 4, going across that line. 19 now, 19 to go. Number 2 going across the line right there. Lane in that purple, pink, and black car. Seth out front, stretching it out over 3 seconds now. Dropping back down to 2. Seth, Lane, Nathan, Timothy, and DJ. Your leader coming out of coming out of 4. Got about a straightaway lead over Lane. Your leader, oh, that number 9 car's underneath the chair in the center. You had to lift the chair up to get it out. All right. Oh, just gets hit in the rear. Seth out front, Ian 2. They're separated by about 3 seconds. 40 down, 10 to go. 40 down, 10 to go. Your leader crossing the line. That would be 9 to go now. Lane got a lap car in between him and the leader. Lane's got 2 up on Nathan. So those 2, 1 and 2 are pretty much locked in. Just where are they going to finish? 5 to go this time by. 5 to go. Got Seth out front. Lane number 2, Nathan 3. Timothy 4, DJ 5. Your leader coming into 3, going out of 4, crossing the line. Second place coming out of 4, crossing the line now. Seth, Lane, Nathan, Timothy, and DJ. 2 to go. White flag. wide flag was flying. Your checkered going to Seth, Meggard, Ian into the number 2 spot, Nathan 3, Timothy 4, DJ 5. Thank you, sir. Trying my hardest. David, welcome. Steve, welcome. Last 2 races coming up here, number 30 and 31. You got your short course mod, your A-mods coming out onto the track. Ought to be an interesting race. Especially if we got a full field of 8. John wasn't too far off. Jonathan wasn't too far off in saying that we'd be done by around 10:30.
You was in the speed mod class and you are done for the night. I need 2 of you to the infield.
Getting a little tired. I still got to pack up. All right. RSC mod, A main, 50 laps, 50 laps. RS is your top qualifier. He'll be starting on that pole. Branson, I believe it is, in the number 2 spot. Brent in the number 3. Dan Uris in the number 4. And Trevor. Trayson is in the number 2 spot. Trevor in the number 5. We got 7 cars out on the track. Gonna be an interesting race. Excuse me.
All right, y'all ready to crack it? All right, RS, Tracy, Brent.
RS is in the number 10, white and teal car out front. Number 33 is Trayson. He's in that purple and white. Brent in that orange and yellow, or orange and black, number 74. Your leader, RS. Trayson in the number 2 spot. Brent in the number 3. Watch, oh, our leader is taken out. He is no longer leading. Trayson into the front spot. Brent, Trevor, John Baxter up into the number 4 spot. Andy up into the number 5. RS dropping back. Unfortunately got caught up in one of the first couple of laps by some lap traffic. Trayson out front. He's got about a second lead over Trevor. Trevor coming up from that number 5 spot into the number 2. Brent into the 3, or stays in the 3. John Baxter up into the 4 spot. Trayson still out front. He's got about a 7-second lead now over Trevor. Trayson in that number 33 right there going in front of me in 3, crossing the line. Trayson out front. He's got about a 6-second lead over Trevor. Trevor's trying to make some space back up. Brent in that number 3. Andy and John. Trayson out front, 16 down, 17 that time by. Oh, Trevor upside down. Is that hurting him? Yes, he's going to fall back. No, he's still in the number 3 spot. Trayson, Brent, Trevor, Andy, RS. Your top 5. 29 to go. 28 that time by. Trayson, Brent, Trevor, Andy, and RS. RS dropping all the way back. He's making up some ground. Staying steady. Oh, as I say that, he gets into the side and gets spun around again. Just getting waylaid. Trayson out front. Brent still in number 2. Trevor in the 3. Andy and RS still in 5.
Watch it on the front stretch, all clear.
Trayson.
21.
Yes. Got a 10-second lead over Brent. Trevor in the 3 spot. Trayson's got a full lap on the field. He is in that number 33. Purple, black, and white car going across the line right there. Trayson, Brent, Trevor, Andy, and RS, the top 5.
RS Baxter, that is your running order.
34 down, 35 this time by for your leader as he comes across the line right now. 15 to go, 14 to go that time by. Trayson, Brent, Trevor, Andy, and RS. Your leader coming out of 4, going across the line. 11 to go, 11 to go.
All right, 10 to go.
Now 10. 40 down, 10 to go. Trayson, Brent, Trevor, your top 3. Andy and RS round out the top 5.
Andy in the 4th spot. Oh, there's Trevor looping around right
Trevor spinning it down here in 4. He's got far enough lead out in front of Andy that it didn't hurt him. Trayson, full lap on the field. Brent in the number 2 spot. Trevor 3, Andy and RS round out the top 5.
5 to go.
4 that time by. 4 that time by for your leader.
4, now make it 3.
3, your leader coming out of 4, crossing the line.
2 to go.
He's going to be looking for that white flag this time by as he crosses the line. 1 more lap to go to take that win. He's got it. Coming out of 4. Sees those checkers and takes the win. Trayson, Brent, Trevor, Andy, John Baxter up to the 5 spot. Passing RS at the last. All right. Your top 3. Your winner, Trayson. And they're gone. Late model, the last race. This is the race we've all been looking for. Mr. Chris, how are you, sir? Just in time to see the last race. You probably got to see a little bit of the second to last race. We got late model coming out. Late models. It has been an excellent race, April. You are right. This is some great racing here in the mains. The track came around, and these cars are flying. Ryan Ralph left. Our leader, our RTQ, is not here. We got Roly Poly. Roly Poly's going to start on the pole this time. He's in the number 1 spot. Felipe is in the number 2 spot. Kalen in the number 3. Brandon in the 4. John Baxter in the number 5 spot. Dwindling in numbers now. Got 1 race left and everybody's leaving. This is the fastest race of them all. Roly Poly's going to be on the pole. He was our number 2, P2. Ryan Ralph left the building. Gonna say thank you again. Papa Willys is our title sponsor for the Papa Willys Rubber Tire National. Thank you, sir. We got GFRP coming in and sponsoring. We got Team Tactical coming in and making a sponsorship. We also have Shark Bodies. Shark Bodies coming in and helping sponsor this race as well. Thank you all for everything you do for the hobby. Aaron, welcome. This is our last race of the night. This is the A-Main late model. A-Main for the late model.
I thought this is the one that we added you from the. Yeah, you was first
Waiting to find out the running order here. We had one bump up because of Ryan leaving. He instantly bumped up out of the B main, and then we had the 2 transfer spots. So they're trying to get that figured out right now. Little bit of a downtime here. Again, I want to thank a couple people. Papa Willie's, he's one of my main sponsors, one of my 3 main sponsors. I got MKS Servos, thank you, and DRC, Donathan Racing Products. Thank you very much. Without all you guys, I can't do what I'm doing, and I can't be racing. Thank you so much.
Lee, hit the loop for me again. Pickens and Clemens do it as well.
All right. Trying to get this all straightened out. Roly Poly in the number 1 spot. Felipe in the number 2. Kalen in the number 3. Brandon 4. Lee 5.
All right, that's it. That's lining up right. All right.
No prob. That's what the sign says there above.
Holy, holy.
Ah.
Felipe, Clemens, Pickens, Lee, Baxter.
All right, I'm going to go over here and try to get this thing taken care of. I don't know what's going on here.
All right.
I have nothing on my screen. There we go. Roly Poly. Felipe. Colton. Kalen. All right, we're green. Roly Poly stays out front. He's in that 00. We got Felipe. Oh, no, he ain't in the 00. Roly Poly, Felipe, Lee, John Baxter from the number 9 spot. Actually, 8 spot, all the way up to the number 3 now. We got Felipe taking the number 1 spot, dropping or bringing Lee up to the number 2. John up to the number 3. Now John's back. Brandon up to the number 3 spot. They're all moving around up there. There's a lot of movement going on in this race early on. We're only 9 laps in. We got Felipe. No, it's Lee coming up from that number 7, actually 7 spot. He shows as 8, but he is in the number 7 spot. Lee to the front. Felipe 2. John Baxter up into the 3 from that 8 spot. Kalen into the number 4 spot. Kalen making a jump all the way up into the number 2 spot. Baxter back into the number 3. Brandon up to the 4 spot. Kalen back to the 5 spot. Roly Poly dropping back to the 6. And marks off the pace. Lee, Felipe, Brandon, John back to the number 4 spot. Kalen into the number 5. Everybody moving around. We got some racing going on, folks. Those of you that stuck around get to see some good action. Lee, 21 down, 29 to go, 28 this time by. Felipe, Brandon, Kalen up to the number 4 spot. John back to the number 5 spot. We got some issues right here in front of me. What's that going to do? Is it going to do anything? Lee's still out in front. He's got about a 3-second. No, he's got a long lead over the number 2 spot. Felipe, he's got about 13 seconds as it looks. 13 seconds. Lee, Felipe, Brandon, Kalen, John making a move back up to that number 4 spot. Kalen into the 5. Your leader, Lee, 30 down, 20 to go. 19 at that time by Lee, Felipe, Brandon, John, Kalen. Lee out front. Pulling away. He's got a 16-second lead, 17-second lead. Take that back. 15-second lead over Felipe. Brandon in the number 3. John in the 4. The biggest race right now on the track is for that 3 and 4 spot. They are the closest. They are 8 seconds or 6 seconds apart. Lee, Felipe, Brandon, John, Kalen is your top 5. 10 more laps, 9 that time by for your leader, Lee. Felipe in the number 2 spot still. Brandon. John in the number 4. 6 to go this time by. 6 to go right now. 5 to go. Your leader, Lee, over Felipe, Brandon, John, and Kalen. 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Your leader, Lee, all on his own. 2 laps out in front. He's coming across. Next time he's going to see the white flag. He sees it. Coming around, looking for those checkers now. Lee takes it. Felipe into the number 2 spot. Brandon taking home the number 3. John, Kalen, roly-poly round out the top 6. Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching. I greatly appreciate it. The track appreciates it. Papa Willie's, GFRP, Team Tactical, and Shark Bodies appreciates it. Thank you so much for watching. It has been a great evening. I am getting ready to get gone. I got to go take a nap, and then I'm going to get up tomorrow, and I'm going to go to Talladega. All right, everybody, from down here in Eastaboga, Alabama, RC Fun Time signing off. Peace. God bless. See you at the next race.